So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Galaxy Note 8 now. So this video arose because I was reading some tech article that was saying there's going to be a big discount on the Note 8, and then I started doing my own research and I realized that the Note 8 is already kind of pretty cheap everywhere you look comparatively to the price point it started at. So let's go to eBay, and you can see right away, if I go to Galaxy Note 8, $339.99 right there. $499. This is the price I've seen it at, $499. Then we have $399 over here. And if I go over to Amazon, if you don't like buying on that site, if you even look here at Amazon, let's go here in just a second. Galaxy Note 8 right here, you can see factory unlocked prime device still under $500. So if you remember correctly, the Galaxy Note 8 when it first came out was around $970. So let's talk about if it's still worth it now. Okay, so let's discuss the build quality now with the Galaxy Note 9. Well, I've had mine about a year or so, and you could see that it's held up just fine. Now, granted, I did keep this thing in a case. Why wouldn't you? $1,000 phone, are you going to keep it in a case? Yes, you probably will. And you could see that not many scratches or anything to speak of at all for this device, and this is on that black color model as well. Now, I did get a little bit of a scratch here from constantly taking the SIM card out and in, and I actually got this on the Note 9 already as well. So if you're constantly changing phones, you might get a little scuff in there. But other than that, there's not really anything besides maybe hairline scratches you're not even going to see on camera. So I think overall its build quality on both the front and the rear has held up pretty well. So if you're looking for a very reliable build, this phone definitely has that for you on the Galaxy Note 8. Okay, so what do you get in terms of design with the Galaxy Note 8? Well, you get a thinner, lighter feeling Note 9 basically in this device. And I actually preferred, besides that camera thing with the fingerprint sensor, I actually preferred the Note 8's design over the Note 9 because it's smaller, lighter, more manageable than that newer device. So if you're looking for a square kind of feeling phone, a big feeling phone, you definitely will like the Note 8. But if you don't like that super wide feel of like an iPhone Plus series, you'll like how narrow the Note 8 is, but tall. So you can see a lot of content up and down, not so much side to side, still enough, but not as much as like a 16:9 side to side. But overall, it's a very narrow, tall, and very large device. I think you will appreciate its overall design if you're looking for this style design. If you're looking for a curved phone, just look away because this is not going to be the one for you in the Galaxy Note 8. Overall, I've really enjoyed the design for what it's supposed to do. It's played out perfectly. So if you're looking for it now, it definitely doesn't look that old. Talk about the Note 8's display. You have a 6.3-inch 1440 by 2960p Super AMOLED display. So really, it's a fantastic panel even now, better than phones like the 10R. I think it's even better than the 10S display. The 10S Max is probably comparable, but other than that, this display is still amazing, even though it's a 2017 display, way ahead of its time. Okay, so when it comes to software, the Galaxy Note 8 is running Android 8.0 Oreo with Samsung Experience version 9. And now, it did take a long time for the Note 8 to receive this update. So do keep in mind, if you do buy a Samsung phone, what you're buying into is the feature set and the hardware, not so much having the most polished, best software you're going to get, the best updates you're going to get. But people who do like a lot of features, you can't really beat the Samsung experience here. So if you do like having everything in the kitchen sink, this phone right now still doesn't make that many compromises. Although don't expect software updates all the time, but you do have amazing Samsung S Pen software here, along with all the features you would get from an S phone, like pop view, like split view, multitasking with the ability to move them different ways. Other than like other Android phones, you can split these applications in ways you wouldn't be able to do on other devices. You have a full app list here, which you can do on some, but things like this right here are Samsung exclusive, where it just easily flips around and stuff like that. So Samsung's been doing multitasking for a long time, and you're really gonna like that here. In addition to that, you'll still be finding features months later. If you decided to buy a Note 8 and it was a new experience for you, you're gonna be finding features and finding features. So really loaded with features. But if you buy this now, don't expect the updates to be coming quickly. It might get the One UI, but probably a couple months after the Note 9 gets it. Okay, so let me discuss performance. Now, a lot of people who dislike Samsung will come down there and troll in the comments and say Samsung phones are laggy. I'm here to tell you, no, they are not laggy. Yes, they don't feel quite as smooth when it comes to touch response as an iPhone XS, for example, with its 120 hertz touch sensing, or even the iPhone 10. However, they're very fast and they're very responsive, and I had no lag to speak of since owning the Galaxy Note 8. So if you're buying it now, do not expect the lag. What you will expect though is probably not the fastest gaming launch times, not the fastest gaming performance in the world. This one's more of a multitasking beast here in the Galaxy Note 8. And no matter what I was doing, if I was having multiple applications side by side, the Note 8 in terms of its performance never really let me down. It was always super usable even with multiple applications side by side like this, and I had stuff open in the background. The 6 gigabytes of RAM was always enough. Okay, so talking about storage, the Galaxy Note 8 comes with 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage, but you can expand it up to 512 in the micro SD card slot. So you never are really gonna have too much of an issue with the storage here. Buy it now. There's enough storage on this device, especially with the expandable memory. So storage was never an issue for me on the Note 8. However, if you do like to install a lot of apps, I do recommend the 128 gigabyte model of this device. Okay, so let's talk about the camera. With the Note 8, if you get it now, you still get a dual 12 megapixel camera. One's a wide angle lens at 26 millimeter, and you do have a 12 megapixel telephoto. Both of these have OIS, so this is a dual OIS shooter on the rear. That is pretty amazing for a smartphone. Also, this can record at 2160p at 30 FPS, so you don't get the 60 FPS on a lot of phones, but I don't think most people are recording in that even now today, so I don't think that's a big deal overall for this phone. On the front, you do have yourself an 8 megapixel sensor up here, which is a pretty nice sensor as well. It doesn't shoot the best selfies I've ever seen, but not bad either. And it does do 1440p at 30 even on the front camera. So basically 2K even on the front camera of this device. Now the actual software of shooting on this camera was actually pretty nice. You go ahead and just snap like that. You can zoom in like so. I think some buttons arrangements have gotten better on the newer devices, but overall it's not too difficult to use. If we swipe over this way, you do have your pro modes: panorama, slow motion, hyperlapse, food, virtual shot, rear cam, selfie, and you have your stickers on this side. And overall, just a really feature-packed camera. I don't think it's the best UI I've seen on a camera, but it's not bad either for the Note 8, and it should please most people with its photo quality. Go ahead and take a look at some of these samples I took with the Note 8 so you can decide if this one is still going to be a camera that's worth it for you now. Okay, so this one, I really cannot say this is the best phone to pick. It's definitely not when it comes to audio. What is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology 2007. There's no Dolby Atmos on here, and it has only one speaker. iPad Pro versus 2018 iPad. You see how easy that is to cover? That was always a drawback to me of the Note 8. So if you're looking for an excellent audio experience, the Note 8 is definitely not the last year phone you want to pick up because it only has a single speaker. But you do have a headphone jack on here which can help you out, but still, if you like your external audio, you definitely don't want the Note 8. It definitely doesn't excel in this area. Okay, so when it comes to its phone call quality, the Note 8 has always been a pretty good phone call experience. It has good earpiece volume, and you have an extra volume mode as well. Reception has held on very strong with its Qualcomm modems in here, better than some phones I've tested even this year, and I didn't really have any drop calls. So if you're looking for a good phone for, well, its phone call quality, you're gonna be pretty impressed here even now with the Note 8. It's a stellar phone call experience. I I've had with it. The Galaxy Note 8's battery life has been a mixed bag. For some people saying it's terrible, for some people saying it's pretty good actually. For me, it was somewhere in the middle. I was able to have some really good days, but some days I was having terrible days with this battery life. So I would say the Note 8 is actually kind of an inconsistent battery experience. It's definitely a phone that I would probably take a battery pack with if you're a heavy user. And if you're buying a Note 8, you probably are a heavy user. So the Note 9 really destroys last year's Note 8 when it comes to battery life. Now, if you're having a busy day, you go to work, stuff like that, and you're not able to use your phone because, well, you're at work, then you're likely going to easily get through the day. In overall conclusion, I would say that this has pretty good battery life, but not very consistent and not great battery life. So don't be scared off by that. You should still be able to get through a day, but recognize that depending on what you do, you could eat through it a little bit faster. And if you're looking for the absolute champ in battery life, I think that this is not the best phone, but it's not horrible either. But because Samsung went with a smaller 3300 milliamp hour cell, they definitely didn't get the best battery life out of this one as they could have. One thing I can say is that because it has wireless charging and fast wireless charging and also fast charger in the box, the battery won't upset you too much as long as you got your charger with you, because it will charge very quickly. So that's one of its upsides when it comes to the battery. Okay, so in conclusion, at this price point, should you buy the Galaxy Note 8 now? And an astounding yes, because this phone, when I got it, was like $975, got some cases easily over $1,000. You're getting like a 50% markdown. And if you get it on eBay, you can get it in the threes, which is like a huge 60% markdown. Right now, I think the Note 8 as a total package, it does have some things it's missing, like the amazing battery life of the Note 9. It doesn't have the Snapdragon 845. It doesn't have 7nm chip, but as an overall package, it's still loaded. And I think it's good for at least a year and a half, 2 years more. So yes, it's a great buy right now. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Note 8? I wanted to give an update due to many sales going on here for the holidays. Let me know your thoughts. Which phone would you like to see next in the Now series? Drop it down below in the comments section, as we're going to continue doing these Now videos, giving updates on some older devices. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, click that like button for me. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Thank you very much for watching. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.